Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So I want to go over Eagles training camp day 7, which would be a very interesting one for us. A lot of players to talk about today. I'm going to go over the injuries real quick, and then we'll go through offense, defense. We'll go through everything that's been going on and some favorites and some good things, some bad things. We'll take everything in one shot. So regarding to the injuries as of today, it looks like Devontae Smith is still out with the groin injury. Calcaterra is still out with the hamstring, which I'm just I want him, and we're very light at tight end right now. That guy Graham went on injury reserve. You have Jackstall, you have Goddard. Tyree Jackson is on the pup still. Richard Rodgers is probably the number 3 right now, so I don't know what's going on. I would think that maybe off waivers or something, they'll maybe add another tight end. We'll see down the road. Kerry Vincent Jr. and Jimmy Moreland had unspecified injuries today. We don't know what they are. Hopefully they're not serious, so you lose 2 corners today. I think Matt McCain did go back into practice today, which is a good thing. You had Brett Toth with a knee, Tyree Jackson. I think both of them are still working with trainers, so maybe they're trying to, maybe Tyree Jackson is still trying to get back. Maybe he won't be on IR. I figured he'd go on PUP to IR coming off that ACL injury, but we'll find out and we'll see. I mean, Tyree Jackson, definitely a project in my opinion at tight end, so we'll see. Now, to go through the offense is going to be interesting. So Hurts didn't throw a pick on the 11 today. He did throw a pick on the 7-on-7. I think it was an underthrown ball to Quez Watkins that was picked off, I think, by Big Play Slay. So that was probably the only pick for the day. Now, he threw some good passes. He threw a seam pass to Dallas Goedert. A.J. Brown got targeted a lot today. Hit in middle of the field in open space, the left sideline, but dropped it. I think Slay was in coverage on that one. Rager had a really good day today. I think he had the catch of camp that really didn't count. High point the ball, a deep pass that came down, and there was a referee. Obviously, in training camp, they have the referees. And he came down, and apparently it was an incomplete pass. But Rager still had a pretty strong day with a couple catches. Still being consistent, as much as everyone hates to say it, because he is being consistent as of right now. Now, it looks like Isaac Seumalo was the starting right guard today, which is interesting. Now, with some of the injuries we have at left tackle and everything going on like that, looks like Driscoll might actually lose his. I think Driscoll's losing his job. He's already getting beat by Brandon Graham every single day. Not saying that he's not solid, guys. I think he is a solid right guard. I just don't think he's great. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's good. And even if he becomes the backup, behind Isaac Seumalo, I have no problem with it, because he'd be a really good right guard, right tackle, backup to cover both those positions, which would be a really good thing. So I think it's a win-win for the Eagles regardless if he starts or he becomes a backup for this team. Now, Britton Covey, yeah, how about that? He would start with the second team in the slot for a couple plays, made some really good catches today. I didn't hear much about the special teams, the punt returns or anything like that, but I think they're very high on him on special teams, especially, like I said, the punt return. But he played with the first team today. Okay, he made a couple good catches. First team today. I'm very happy. This is the underdog of camp. Britton Covey is the underdog of Eagles training camp. No joke. I think they're trusting him a lot more. He was playing with the 3s, then he went to the 2s, and now playing with the 1s. Obviously, he shared some reps because Zach Pascal came in today, and he's back full go, which is really good. Getting back to normal. He was actually in the hospital 4 or 5 days because of this chicken quesadilla that he had. I don't know. That's what he said. It was a chicken quesadilla, and he was out for 4 or 5 days in the hospital. So it must have been really that bad. But Pascal was playing more in the slot today, coming back. But Britton Covey, man, not only are you getting a special teams pedigree from him, but if he's showing that he could be some gadget wide receiver for your offense, a Tavon Austin type for end around, screen passes, you name it. I say it every single day. This is one of my favorite players. He was one of my favorite players going to training camp, and let me tell you something. I need to see preseason. I need to see what he does against another team, because these kids, these guys, they play a lot better against other teams, and it's just more game-like atmosphere. I want to see this kid in a game-like atmosphere and just see what happens, which I'm very, very happy for Britton Covey. Hope he makes the team. He's looking better than Devin Allen. Devin Allen has issues with the drops right now. So then Britton Covey season all off season. right now. So it's been a lot of fun to hear all the news on Britt and Covey. Now defensively, Kyzir White really made his mark today, probably his best day of training camp. He blew up a screen pass on Goddard, on Sanders, and he blew up I think he had a pass breakup on Goddard today, which was really good. Kyzir White making his mark today, which I'm really happy about. Like I said, Graham versus Driscoll on the one-on-ones. Graham is just overpowering Driscoll. You had Lane Johnson versus Hassan Reddick, and actually played really well against Reddick on a few bull rushes from Reddick, and blocked him really well today. And then we're hearing about Kyron Johnson being out. Josh Sills to the quarterback, a sack on the quarterback for Kyron Johnson, the 6th-round pick out of Kansas, which I thought the Eagles aggressively going up to go get him in the draft, and being he's a little undersized. He's a linebacker / defensive end, which I think they're going to keep him as a rotational defensive end. I gotta say, man, Kyron Johnson's got a really good first quick step. I've always thought that. Runs a 4.38. And even the Senior Bowl, if you watch some of his highlights during the Senior Bowl against Trevor Penning, I mean, he tore up some tackles that are towering over him. He's got that pushback attitude. He don't take no crap off nobody. So Kyzir White, not Kyzir White, Kyron Johnson really, it's nice to hear something from him. I mean, look, he might be a project after 1 year, something like that, but I want to see if he's actually better than Derek Barnett. I want to see if he actually gets better pressure. So we'll see what happens. I think he makes his team. I want to see if he's better than Teron Jackson during camp and obviously throughout the scrimmages and preseason. So I've been very high on Kyron Johnson going into camp. So we'll see where that goes as of right now. And obviously Josh Sills that he beat to the quarterback. Josh Sills, I think, is the backup left tackle that they're using, that apparently he's actually not doing too bad, but I'm not going to go too crazy about him. With Dillard and Mulata being out at left tackle with concussions, he is the 3rd left tackle, okay? Now, the second team defense, okay, which is interesting, okay? So they rotated Zech McPherson and Josh Jobe. First day we've heard Josh Jobe's name, okay? After the foot injury, I think last December, the injury he didn't play in the SEC championship game, came here as an undrafted free agent. And honestly, Zech McPherson, that was talked about highly out of every corner we've heard so far. And obviously, Big Play Slay has talked about Zech McPherson, that he could take his spot in the future, and really good things. So hopefully a big jump with Zech McPherson going into his 2nd year. And this is a 4th-round pick out of Texas Tech. I didn't know what we were really getting out of him. Coverage was sloppy last preseason, but he was a rookie. He's a 4th-round pick. How much am I really putting on his plate? But, hey, it's nice to see the back end of your cornerback roster, because you want to see – maybe I'm not going to say you're going to find a number 1 corner in these backup corners right now for the 2023 season next year, okay? I'm not saying you're going to find a number 1 guy, but I want to see if you can maybe at least have a number 2 if you're going to be ready, depending if they give, Bradbury an extension. Slay's here for 1 more year anyway, and then obviously our draft picks come into position and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Jordan Davis, another fantastic day. Just giving pressures nonstop. Jordan Davis, I don't know, is showing a very, very strong camp right now. Very happy for him, and obviously my favorite pick of the draft, because I'm a defensive line type of guy. So I've wanted Jordan Davis on this team. We finally drafted him, and we moved up a couple spots to go get him, but he's really having a strong camp. I mean, he at 6'6", 330 pounds. He's just impossible to get by. They've lined him up as a nose tackle. They line him up in the 3 technique, obviously, and just having him pass rush, pin his ears back, letting him attack. As what Jonathan Gannon said, they're not, they're going to let him attack, and that's what I want. I think he'll become a very good pass rusher. I don't care about the rumors from last year. You can always mold a player how a team wants to mold a player and what they want them to be. Okay, and I think they're going to get it done. I want to actually see his weight. He looks very fast. I know he moves very quickly. I don't know if he's less than 330. I'm not sure. I would say he's 330, maybe between 327 to 330, maybe. I don't know if he's anything lower than that. But when it comes down to this training camp, guys, a very good day. Offensively, Hurts was up and down today. He's been up and down a lot lately. The defense, really ever since the first day, the defense has been getting the best of Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. I mean, there were some rumors about Jalen Hurts was struggling today. Some incomplete passes, some throws that were just inaccurate. So I mean, I'm expecting things like this to happen this early in training camp. It's already been almost a week of training camp, but obviously we've taken some days off in between. And people have been kind of upset about how we're only practicing for an hour and how there's not much going on with, why aren't the length of practices a lot longer than they should be? And look at the injuries around the league, guys. There's a lot of players going down with ACLs right now. So maybe it's safe to say that hopefully the scrimmages they're going to treat like games, which I don't think they're games in my opinion. And hopefully the preseason they give a lot of these guys some playing time. Our first preseason game is next Friday. So it's getting really close to see what these guys could do against another team in another uniform. So very happy with the team today. I think it was pretty much balanced. I think defense had a little bit of a better day today, but Hurts, was up and down. As usual, he's been pretty much up and down, but threw some darts to A.J. Brown. Dallas Goedert's been a big target. I think A.J. Brown's been most targeted in training camp from what was said today. So should be interesting, guys. And Britton Covey, obviously the underdog of this whole entire training camp, is just very exciting. Hopefully our third part of the game, special teams, is a lot better this year, and it changes forever with Britton Covey being here. And that would be the perfect thing. And obviously being a slot receiver, being on the inside, playing with the first team. He went from the second team, I think, to the first team and got a lot of first team reps today. So I could see that they're getting a lot of trust. I want to see more. I want to see more video. Hopefully we see a lot more from Covey and some of these other guys at wide receiver. We'll find out when the time comes. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If there's any other news you guys heard about today, just let me know in the comment section below. I will answer everything as usual. And we'll see you on the next one. Chicks, what up, Fly Fly? Peace out, guys. Peace. Oh, and remember, guys, tomorrow is open practice for the public. So it's going to be a lot of footage. I'm going to be really excited about. See you guys on the next one. Peace.